Do you know the full name of Prophet Ibrahim? He was Ibrahim ibn Tariq, ibn Nahur, ibn Saru, ibn Raghu, ibn Falih, ibn Aher, ibn Shalih, ibn Arfakhshand, ibn Sam, ibn Nuh, Noah, tracing his bloodline back to one of the greatest prophets, Noah himself. Born in the ancient idol-ridden land of the Chaldeans, also called Babylonia, Ibrahim came into a world steeped in darkness and falsehood. His father, known as Azar in many traditions, was not only an idol worshipper, but also a craftsman who carved and sold idols made of wood and stone. Ibrahim had two brothers, Nahor and Haran, and a nephew named Lot, son of Haran, who would also grow up to be a prophet. This family, surrounded by people worshipping idols, stars, the sun, and the moon, was a microcosm of a society trapped in blind polytheism. But Ibrahim's heart was different from birth. He was destined to rise against his own bloodline and the entire system of false gods that held his people captive. From an early age, Ibrahim was bestowed with spiritual insight. Allah the Almighty says in the Quran, "Indeed, we bestowed aforetime on Abraham his portion of guidance, and we were well acquainted with him as to his belief in the oneness of Allah." Surah Al-Anbiya 21:51. One day, as a young boy, Ibrahim saw his father crafting idols, including the large statue of Marduk, the god of gods, said to possess immense knowledge represented by its big ears. Ibrahim asked, curious, "Father, why does this statue have such big ears, all bigger than ours?" His father proudly replied, "It is because Marduk hears everything, son. This shows his deep knowledge." Ibrahim couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity. How could a lifeless statue made by human hands hear or know anything? He even played by sitting on the backs of these idols, much like how people ride donkeys and mules, mocking their false divinity. When his father caught him, he was furious and ordered Ibrahim never to disrespect the gods again. One night, Ibrahim slipped away from his home and climbed a mountain. Sitting alone in a cave, he gazed up at the vast sky filled with stars, the moon, and the rising sun, all objects his people worshipped. As each celestial body vanished beyond sight, Ibrahim's young heart was struck with a piercing realization. These bodies, powerful and majestic as they seemed, were not eternal and could not be gods. He declared boldly, "This star cannot be my Lord, for it sets. This moon cannot be my Lord, for it too sets. This sun is greater, but it also sets." Finally, with conviction, he proclaimed, "O my people, I am free from what you join in worship with Allah. I have turned my face towards Him who created the heavens and the earth, Hanifan, upright in faith, and I am not of the polytheists." Surah Al-An'am 6:76-79. Ibrahim's mission was clear: to call his people to worship Allah alone and abandon their idols. This made him a target, especially of his own father Azar, who crafted the idols and relied on their worship for status and livelihood. He gently advised his father, "O my father, why do you worship that which neither hears nor sees nor benefits you at all? O my father, surely there has come to me of knowledge that which has not come to you. So follow me, I will guide you to a straight path." Surah Maryam 19:43-45. He warned his father against worshipping Satan and feared that divine punishment might befall him. But Azar rejected him harshly. "Do you reject my gods, O Ibrahim? If you do not stop, I will stone you. Get away from me before I punish you." Ibrahim responded calmly and with compassion, "Peace be upon you. I will ask forgiveness for you from my Lord, Indeed, He is ever gracious to me, and I will leave you and those you invoke besides Allah. Surah Maryam 1946-48. Ibrahim did not limit his calling to his family. He went to the marketplace and challenged the people who bowed and prayed to stone and wooden idols. He asked, "Do these idols hear when you call upon them? Can they benefit or harm you?" The people replied that they worshipped them because their forefathers did so. But Ibrahim exposed their folly. "Do you see that which you worship, you and your ancestors? Indeed, they are enemies to me, except the Lord of the worlds, who created me and guides me, who gives me food and drink, who heals me when sick, who will cause me to die and then bring me to life, and who I hope will forgive me on the day of resurrection." Surah Ash-Shu'ara 26:69-82. Despite his wisdom, they mocked and threatened him. Knowing his words alone would not break their stubbornness, Ibrahim planned a bold act. During a great festival when the city was empty and the priests were away, Ibrahim entered the temple with an axe. He mocked the idols, saying, "Why don't you eat the food set before you? Why don't you speak to me?" Surah As-Safat 37:91-92. Then with a swift stroke, he shattered every idol except the largest one on which he hung his axe. Leaving the temple, he awaited the people's return. When the townsfolk returned and saw their gods broken, they were furious. They demanded to know the culprit, and suspicion fell on Ibrahim. They brought him before the people and asked, "Are you responsible for this?" Ibrahim calmly replied, "No, but ask the largest idol, if it can speak." They retorted that the idols could not speak, proving Ibrahim's point. This enraged them further, and they condemned Ibrahim as a wrongdoer. Determined to silence him, the people decided to burn Ibrahim alive. They gathered wood and prepared a massive fire. Ibrahim was bound, placed on a catapult, and hurled into the flames, but the fire obeyed Allah's command. "O fire, be coolness and safety for Abraham." Surah Al-Anbiya 21:69. Ibrahim sat calmly amid the blaze, unharmed, while the flames only burned his bonds. He praised Allah with a heart full of love and trust, fearless in the face of death. Word spread of Ibrahim's miraculous survival. King Nimrod, who proclaimed himself a god, summoned Ibrahim to confront him. Namrud boasted, "I give life and cause death." Ibrahim retorted, "Indeed, Allah causes the sun to rise from the east, so cause it to rise from the west." Namrud was left speechless, defeated by Ibrahim's reasoning. Despite Ibrahim's tireless efforts, few believed. Only his wife Sarah and his nephew Lot embraced his message fully. Sarah was barren and old, and loneliness weighed heavily on Ibrahim's heart. Realizing the resistance he faced, Ibrahim decided to emigrate for the sake of Allah. He traveled with Sarah and Lot, moving from Ur to Haran, then to Palestine, and finally Egypt. Wherever he went, he called people to worship Allah alone, judged justly, and lived with righteousness. Sarah gave her servant Hajar to Ibrahim as a wife to bear children. Hajar bore Ismail, Ibrahim's first son, bringing joy and continuation to his legacy. As Ibrahim's journey neared its end, he sought certainty about life after death. He asked Allah to show him how he gives life to the dead. Allah instructed him to take 4 birds, cut them into pieces, scatter the parts on different hills, then call them back. Miraculously, the birds reassembled and flew to Ibrahim. Allah says, "Remember when Abraham said, 'My Lord, show me how you give life to the dead?' He said, 'Do you not believe?' He said, yes, but to be stronger in faith. Surah Al-Baqarah 260. Ibrahim's life is a testament to courage, faith, and unwavering monotheism. He faced family rejection, tyrannical kings, and near-death experiences, yet never wavered. His legacy continues through the Abrahamic faiths, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, inspiring billions to believe in the one true God. The story of Ibrahim teaches us that faith requires courage to stand against falsehood, even if it means facing the wrath of one's own family or society. It reminds us that true belief is not blind following, but rooted in reason, reflection, and trust in Allah's power. Like Ibrahim, we must seek truth, reject false gods, and place our trust fully in the Creator, who is all-wise and merciful.